Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mitali Singh, and today I'm here to talk about void and voidable marriages under Hindu Marriage Act. Okay, so in order to understand the void and voidable marriages, it is very important to understand the Section 5 of Hindu Marriage Act first. Why it is important to understand Section 5? Because Section 5 of Hindu Marriage Act talks about essentials of a valid marriage or the conditions of a valid marriage under Hindu Marriage Act. It basically talks about what conditions are necessary to fulfill or which conditions are necessary to make a marriage a valid marriage. Okay, so Section 5 laid down following conditions which is necessary to make a marriage a valid marriage under Hindu Marriage Act. Okay, so the first important condition is that neither party should have a living spouse at the time of the marriage. It basically means that neither party to the marriage should practice bigamy. Bigamy is strictly prohibited. It means that if A is marrying B, then A must not have any spouse living at the time of the marriage. If he has his wife living at the time of the marriage, then such marriage or the marriage which is about to happen would be considered void marriage under the Hindu Marriage Act. It means void marriage basically means, in basic meaning of the void marriage is that the marriage which is invalid from the very beginning. It means that the marriage which does not have any legal status. Okay, in simple language, it basically means this only. Okay, so now if I talk about second condition of the Hindu Marriage Act is that neither party should be incapable of giving a valid consent. It basically means that both the parties to the marriage should be capable enough to give a valid consent. It means that both the parties should not be suffering from any mental disorder or any kind of insanity which makes a person unfit for the marriage. Okay, and the third condition is that both the parties to the marriage should have attained the age of maturity. Age of maturity in case of girls, it means that age of 18 years, and in case of boys it means age of 21 years. Okay, and next essential condition to the valid marriage is that neither party should be within the prohibited degree of relationship. Prohibited degree of relationship, if we what would I say, like for example, A and B are brother and sister, and they are marrying each other by performing all the rituals and all the ceremonies, but still this marriage would be considered as a void marriage because A and B are brother and sisters, and they both fall within the prohibited degree of relationship. So such marriage would be considered as a void marriage. It means that marriage which is invalid from the very beginning, a marriage which does not have any legal status. Okay, the last essential condition is that both the parties should not be sapindas of each other, should not be within the sapinda relationship with each other. In simple language, if we talk about sapinda relationship, it basically means that person belonging to the same ancestral line. Okay, so these are the essential conditions to the marriage. So now we jump on to Section 11 to understand the void marriage and what are the grounds of void marriage. So Section 11 of Hindu Marriage Act read as: any marriage solemnized before or after the commencement of an act shall be null and void, and may on a petition presented by either party thereto be so declared by a decree of nullity if it contravenes any of the conditions specified in Section 5 Clause 1, Clause 4 and Clause 5. So as I told you, the essential conditions which are mentioned in Section 5. So Section 11 basically, in simple language, if I talk about Section 11, then it says that any marriage which is solemnized before or after the commencement of the Hindu Marriage Act shall be considered null or void if such marriage contravenes any of the conditions which is specified under section 5 clause 1, that is bigamy, clause 4, that is within the prohibited degree of relationship, and clause 5, that is parties to the marriage following within the subpenda relationship of each other, or the parties which are subpendas of each other. So we can say that the main grounds upon which the marriage would be considered null or void, or would be declared as a void marriages, are bigamy first, second, that either party are falling within the prohibited degree of relationship, and third, that either party to the marriage are subpendas of each other. So if any of the three conditions are fulfilled, is fulfilled, then such marriage would be declared as a null and void by the competent court, and degree of nullity would be passed by the court, and such marriage would stand void as per section 11 of Hindu Marriage Act.